All right, test. All right, looks like everything's up and running. All right, looks good. Looks really good. All right, well, welcome everyone to PNC Park. As you can see here by our background, this is going to be a game from October 1st, 2013. This is the wild card game between the Cincinnati Reds and the Pittsburgh Pirates. That's right. Wild card game from 2013 with Cincinnati Reds versus the Pittsburgh Pirates to see who goes on in the playoffs. Exciting matchup here today. Just finalizing all of my little windows, making sure everything is set. All right. Well, let's get things started off with a bang, should we?
It is a sea of black and gold. The drought is over. Postseason baseball returning to Pittsburgh for the first time since 1992. Tonight's MLB Wildcard is presented by Budweiser. Standing room only crowd at PNC Park for the National League Wild Card game between the Cincinnati Reds and the Pittsburgh Pirates.
All right, so that's what we got to deal with tonight. Look at that, the crowd going crazy, everyone excited. Baseball finally back in Pittsburgh here for the playoffs. The black and gold coming out to support their team there. We got an exciting matchup for you here today. So let's take a look at the starting pitching and the lineups. So starting today for Cincinnati will be Johnny Cueto. Johnny Cueto was 5-2 with a 2.82 ERA, pitched only 60 innings, gave up 46 hits, 7 home runs, 18 walks, 51 strikeouts. And going against him today in PNC Park will be Francisco Liriano. Francisco Liriano was 16-8 with a 3.02 ERA, 161 innings pitched. Gave up 134 hits, 9 home runs, 63 walks, 163 strikeouts. Let's take a look at PNC Park. PNC Park, here we are. So whenever there's a ballpark check, left-handers 1-17 will be the wheelhouse, and right-handers 1-16. So that'll be our checks. Anytime we get a wheelhouse check, that might come into play. So 17 for left-handers, 16 for right-handers. Not a lot of wheelhouse home run checks, I guess. We'll have to see how that works out. All right, so that's the ballpark, the starting pitching. Let's go into the starting lineups. So batting first today for Cincinnati is Sin-So Choo, the center fielder. Batting second will be Ryan Ludwig, left fielder. Batting third will be Johnny Votto, the first baseman. Batting fourth will be Brandon Phillips, the second baseman. Batting fifth, Jay Bruce, the right fielder. Batting sixth, Todd Frazier, the third baseman. Batting seventh, Zach Kozar, the shortstop. Batting eighth, Ryan Hannigan, the catcher. And batting ninth, Johnny Cueto, the pitcher. Let's look at the home team PNC Park Pittsburgh Pirates starting lineup. So we have Sterling Marte in left field batting first. Neil Walker at second base batting second. Andrew McCutchen, center fielder, batting third. Justin Morneau, first baseman, batting fourth. Marlon Byrd, right fielder, batting fifth. Pedro Alvarez, third baseman, batting sixth. Russell Martin, the catcher, batting seventh. Clint Barnes, the shortstop, batting eighth. And finally, Francisco Liriano, the pitcher, batting ninth. All right, so we will be using a payoff pitch baseball to simulate this game and relive what happened. And I think we're about ready to get first pitch on the way. First pitch about on the way. Here we go. So it's going to be Francisco Liriano versus Sin-So Chu. Lefty versus lefty matchup here. Oh, I don't have my dice ready. Everything else except for my dice. Unbelievable. All right, well, we'll get those set up pretty quickly here. All right, so now we want to add 1d6. Red one, 1d6. Plus a fancy one, 1d10. Black one, 1d10. Plus the white one. All right, let's roll them a couple times. So that's a 6 and then a 74. All right, so here we go. Francisco Liriano versus Sin-So Chu. Starting off the game, the crowd's going crazy. And let's get it on. 2013 Wildcard matchup, Pittsburgh and Cincinnati. We got an 883, so 8 is in play. 83 against the lefty. It's going to be a ground ball hit to second. So ground ball hit to second for the out. Ryan Ludwig comes up, left fielder. Ryan Ludwig, right-hander. That's an 8 again in play and a 0-3. So Ludwig in play. 0-3 is a double. So Ryan Ludwig quiets the crowd a little bit with a 1-out double. So Joey Votto comes up, first baseman. Joey Votto. Where is he? There he is up at the top. So Joey Votto, lefty versus lefty again. Has a 5. So that's tough 31. So Joey Votto tough 31 is going to be a strikeout. So Liriano comes back, gets a strikeout. Two-way, man on second. Ludwig gets the lead. Brandon Phillips, right-hander. We got another 5, which is tough 11. Tough 11 is going to be a strikeout. So 2 big strikeouts to end the inning after the double. And after half an inning, no score. All right, that brings up Sterling Marte. Sterling Marte right here, and he'll be facing off against Johnny Cueto. Johnny Cueto, right-hander, against Sterling Marte. That's a 6, patient 78, patient 78 against the right-hander. It's going to be a fly ball into center field. Fly ball into center. One away. Neil Walker, second baseman. Neil Walker. He'll be batting from the left-hand side, facing Johnny Cueto. That's a 4. It's tough. Tough 75 against the righty. Another fly ball into center field. 2 away for Andrew McCutchen. Excuse me. Andrew McCutchen. That's a 7. 7 is tough 63. McCutchen tough 63. Oh, look at that. 63 is exactly what he needed for a single. So McCutchen gets a base hit. And a dribbler through the hole on the right-hand side. McCutchen's aboard. 2 away for Justin Morneau. Justin Morneau. He's way down here in the bottom. He's a left-hander. First baseman. Wait a minute. This roll won't count because I want to actually see. So McCutchen has got a C steal rating. So not that great. And he's got a run rating of 7. So, all right, here we go. So Justin Morneau probably not going to be stealing here. Or McCutchen's not stealing, but that's a 5. In play 24. In play 24 is going to be a single. So now we need to find out where the single went. If it's shallow, normal, and deep, using my super advanced rules here, and we're going to find out. McCutcheon is a 7, so we're going to re-roll the dice, and we're going to find out. So it's a 5, so it went into center field, and a 6, which is normal depth. So McCutcheon is a 7, normal depth. And is he going to go first to third? We look at the 6-sider as a 4. We do have some modifiers down here at the bottom. I'll scroll down this. Oops, show you guys. There we go. So if the ball was hit to left field, you get a -1. Ball hit to right, you get a +1. In this case, it was hit to center field, normal depth. So it's a 56, center field, normal depth. And it's a 4 rating on a normal 7. 4 rating is only 1 base. So McCutcheon just takes 1 base on the hit. So we got us a single. McCutcheon is going to advance to second. So first and second with 2 away for Marlon Byrd. Marlon Byrd, right there he is. So Cueto allowing a couple base runners here in the first inning. That's a 6. Patient 63. Patient 63 is going to be outside the range. 63 is going to be a fly ball in the right field, and Cueto and the Cincinnati Reds get out of the inning. And after 1 complete, we got no score. Jay Bruce coming up. Jay Bruce, see if I can find his card. There he is. So Jay Bruce against Francisco Liriano, lefty on lefty. That's a 6. Patient 07. Patient 07, and Jay Bruce takes the walk down to first. His speed is going to be a 7. His steal rating is a C. So if you look at catcher Martin, he's got an arm of 2. So let's take a look at what that means for the chart here. So a C2 is going to be down here. So 2 rating catchers, pretty darsh. It's okay. Let's see, C2, C3. So B2 would be about average chart. A2 would be a little bit better. So probably not in the mood to be stealing base. Jay Bruce, not a very good stealer anyways. We got Todd Frazier, third baseman. Todd Frazier against Francisco Liriano. We got this an 8. That's in play 40. In play 40 against the left-hander. 40 is going to be a pop-up to short. Pop-up to short. And Jay Bruce is going to stay on first. Zach Kozar. Zach Kozar. And we got some 9. 9 is Patient 08. So Kozar, Patient 08 against the lefty. It's going to be a walk. So 2 walks in the inning. Liriano can't find the strike zone. So men on first and second, only 1 away here for Ryan Hannigan. Ryan Hannigan, right-handed catcher. And we got an 11. That's a defensive check of 61. So defense 61. Defensive 61 is going to be third baseman error check. So third baseman for the Pirates is going to be Pedro Alvarez. His error check is a 2. Error check is a 2. Let's look at our PNC Park. Here it is. So error check is a 2. So 1 to 58, it'll be an error on Pedro Alvarez. 1 to 58. And he rolls a 0-5. 0-5, so an error on Alvarez. This could cost a couple runs here. We're going to find out. We need the error chart here. So we're going to look at this, which is a 3. 3, and it was hit to third base, so that's a 1 base error. 1 base error on the play. Everyone's going to move up. Everyone's going to move up on the error. So, reached on the error. He's going to advance to third. Kozar's going to second. All runners. And it was going to be an error on Alvarez, third baseman. And that kind of takes the crowd out of it a little bit. His bases are loaded here in the second inning. Only one away. But they do have the pitcher coming up, Johnny Cueto. Johnny Cueto uses batting card number 5. Batting card number 5. Let me get that card out, shall we? Let's see. Pitching card number 5. That's going to be this one. All right. So, pitching card number 5. So, bases loaded, one away. Francisco Liriano against Johnny Cueto. And we have an 8. 8 is in play 66. In play 66. Give me a ground ball to second. We're going to find out if it's a double play. So, double play is 9. Double play is 9. So, re-roll, and if it's 9 or less, it's going to be a ground ball double play to end the inning. And it is a 8. So Cueto hits into the 6-4-3 double play to end the inning. So something going for the Reds, and they could not ground ball double play. That's going to be a, we'll just assume it's a 6-4-3. And that's fine because that's going to end the inning. So, unfortunately for Reds fans out there, Johnny Cueto, bases loaded here in the second inning, hits into the 6-4-3 double play to end the inning. All right, well, that brings up Pedro Alvarez. Pedro Alvarez. All right, let's see if we can find Pedro Alvarez here. There he is. He'll be facing off against Johnny Cueto. That's a 5. In play 22 against the righty. In play 22 is going to be a single. So Alvarez with the single. Alvarez is a stealer. Pedro Alvarez, a stealer. Let's look at the defense. The catcher, Hannigan, is an arm of 1. So strength versus strength. Let's look at our defensive chart here. If we look at a steal, A1 is only in the middle. So you got the best runner against the best thrower. Do they try it? Do they try to get Alvarez with nobody out onto second? Probably not with the pitcher coming up, I believe. Oh, no, Russell Martin. Yes. Okay, so we got a few hitters before the pitcher. Russell Martin, huh? Russell Martin. He's a B bunter. Probably got just a better chance of rolling 43 to 99 and catch him. All right, so Alvarez, he's going to see if he can get the jump first. So the jump is hold of 7. So let's see if he can do it. See if he gets the jump against Johnny Cueto. That's a 9. He did not get the jump. So no jump, so he's not stealing. So we're going on to, who is it? Russell Martin. All right, there's Russell Martin. That's a 5. In play 16 against the righty. In play 16 is going to be a single by Russell Martin, so back-to-back singles. We got to find out where Alvarez goes. He has a rating of 6 run. 6 run. So look at our charts here. He's going from first to third. He's a 6, so we need to find out if it was hit shallow, normal, or deep. Re-roll these. So it was a 94, so 9 means it was hit to right field, and a 4 means it was hit normal. So right field normal. So he's a 6. He's on normal, but he is hit the ball, hit to right field, so we get a +1 to the dice roll. The dice roll is a 1, plus the 1 because it was hit to right field is 2. So on a 2, he just takes 1 base. So another single, and Alvarez is going to take second. So first and second, nobody out. And just like the Reds, the Pirates have something going here in the second inning. Now it brings up Quint Barnes, a shortstop. Quint Barnes. There he is. All right, so first and second, nobody out. Excuse me. That's a 10. In play 91 against the righty. In play 91 is going to be a ground ball hit to short. Let's find out if that's a double play. Double play is 6. Double play is 9. We have a 7, so it's not a ground ball double play. It's going to be a fielder's choice as Clint Barnes gets down the line, and he reached on the fielder's choice. It was hit to short, so it's going to be a 6-3. I'm sorry, it's going to be a 6-4 put out. Alvarez is going to advance to third, and there we go. So runners on the corners with 1 out for Francisco Liriano. He uses batting card number 1. So let's get that card out. All right. Pitching card number 1. There we go. Bring that one aboard. Add that to all the other cards we have out here. So pitching card number 1. So runners on the corners for Liriano. Let's see if he can do some damage. That's a 9. That's a ballpark 53. Looked at the ballpark earlier. So if it's higher than 17 or 18, depending on if they're lefty or righty, a 53 is way high. So it's going to be just an in-play check for the pitcher. He needs a 9 or less to get something. He got a 26, so 26. Ground ball back to the pitcher. We got to find out. This is going to be a double play here. So double play 9, double play 9. So if we roll a 9 or less, and it's going to be a ground ball double play. So once again, the defenses come through for both teams. Both teams. And it's going to be a ground ball double play. This one's going to be a 1-6-3. 1-6-3. And that's going to end the inning. And after 2 complete, we still got nothing going. But we've got lots of hits going on, lots of base runners, just nobody get anyone across. That's what happens when the pitchers come up, I guess. All right, well, back to Shin-Soo Choo, line to second his first time up. So Shin-Soo Choo against Francisco Liriano. 0 for 1 on the day. That's a 7. Tough 15. Tough 15 against the lefty. Tough 15 is going to be a strikeout. That's just the second one on the day there. Ryan Ludwig hit a double his first time up. Ryan Ludwig. There he is. We got us a 3. 3 is a ballpark 57. So those of you just joining, I will show you this one last time here. So PNC Park, 1-17 for lefties, 1-16 wheelhouse. If it's higher than 17, it's basically going to be a in-play check for the batter. So Ryan Ludwig gets an in-play check, and he rolls a 58. So in-play 58 against the lefty. 58 is going to be a pop-up or fly ball into right field. That's two-way. Two-way for, I'm going to slide this up just a little bit so I can expand this a little bit. There we go. For Joey Votto, who struck out his first time up. Joey Votto. There he is. So two-way here in the third inning. That's a 2. Another ballpark check. 0-6. So Joey Votto's got one in the wheelhouse here against the left-hander. Reroll. Joey Votto's got one in the wheelhouse versus Liriano. Left it, breaking ball hanging. He rolled a 0-9. 0-9 is going to be a home run, and Joey Votto takes him going, gone. Joey Votto with the home run. And Red strike first in the third inning with the solo shot by Joey Votto. Brandon Phillips struck out his first time up. Brandon Phillips. That's an 8. 8 is in play. 0-1 in play. 0-1 for Brandon Phillips is going to be a double. So a double in the gap and makes it into second base. Jay Bruce, who walked his first time up. Jay Bruce. Lefty on lefty matchup. That is a 9. 9 is Patient 74. So Patient 74 is going to be a fly ball into center field. Let's find out if it's deep enough to send Brandon Phillips from second to third. So look at our flyout chart. Re-roll the dice. Find out if it's shallow, normal, or deep. That's the most important thing. It's a 7. 7 is normal. And the runner's speed is, Brandon Phillips has a run of 7. So we're going to look at runner at second. He has a normal depth, and so runner is 7. Normal depth, look at the dice, that's a 5, and he will advance on the deep fly ball, or the fly ball into center field. So we have a fly ball to center field. Oh, is that the third out? Really? I went through all that and it was the third out. That was. I'm funny. I guess I didn't need to worry about that if there's 2 outs already. I lost track. I've got so many windows and checking the chat stream and everything. Sometimes it can be a little much. So, anyways, we're on to the bottom of the third. Red striking first on the Joey Votto home run. That brings up Sterling Marte. And Sterling flied to center his first time up. Slide this down here. All right, that is a, what is that, an 8. Tough 48. Marte, tough 48 against the righty is a strikeout. So Marte's down on strikes. That brings up Neil Walker, who flied to center his first time up. Neil Walker against Johnny Cueto here. That's a 7. That's a tough 65. Tough 65 is going to be ground ball hit to short. Two-way for Andrew McCutcheon, who hit a single his first time up. That is a 10. 10 is in play 90. In play 90 is going to be a fly ball into left field. And that's going to end the inning. So on to the fourth inning, 1-0 Cincinnati on the home run hit by Joey Votto. Todd Frazier popped one up to short his first time up. Todd Frazier against Francisco Liriano. If you're joining us a little bit late, this is the replay from the 2013 Wildcard matchup between the Cincinnati Reds and the Pittsburgh Pirates. That's an 8. 8 is in play, 88. That is Todd Frazier. 88 in play is going to be ground ball hit to short. 1 away for Zach Kozar. Zach Kozar, shortstop. That is a 9. 9 is patient 13. Kozar, patient 13 against the lefty is going to be a walk. So Kozar walks. He's got a run of 7 and a steal of D. So not a very good stealer. And that brings up Ryan Hannigan, who hit into the it got an error on Alvarez the first time up. All right, so Ryan Hannigan against Francisco Liriano. The crowd's still going crazy here at PNC Park. That is going to be a 3. 3 is a ballpark. 22 just outside the range. So Ryan Hannigan is going to get an in-play check. And that is an 83 in play, not good enough. Hits the ground ball to short, 88. Yes, ground ball hit to short. We got to find out if it's a double play. 7 and 9. So we're going to find out if it's 7 or less. Will be a ground ball double play. It's an 8, so it's going to be a fielder's choice. Ryan Hannigan hits into the fielder's choice. It's going to be a 6-4. My goodness. Now, a two-way that brings up Johnny Cueto. We know Johnny Cueto is using betting card number 5. We should have that somewhere. Here it is. All right, so Liriano versus Cueto here. Betting card number 5. We just use this column. So it's 5. 5 is tough. 44 is a strikeout. So Cueto strikes out to end the inning. And we're in the bottom of the 4th inning. Still 1-0 Cincinnati. Justin Morneau, who to single his first time up. Justin Morneau. Where is he? There he is. Left-hander. Left-handed first baseman for the Pirates. That's a 5. 5 is in play 58. In play 58 against the righty. Not good enough. That's going to be a fly ball. Hit the left field. 1 away. Good catch out there by the left fielder Ryan Ludwig. Marlon Byrd, who flied to right his first time up. That's a 5. In play 44. In play 44 is going to be a ground ball. Hit right back to Cueto. Cueto guns it over to first. 2 away. First baseman Joey Votto makes the catch, and 2 away for Pedro Alvarez, who got a single his first time up. Alvarez, where are you, Alvarez? There you are. So Alvarez versus Johnny Cueto. It's a 9. Ballpark 17. Oh, so it matters. Pedro Alvarez is a left-hander. If you look at our chart here, left-handed left-handed batters. Pedro Alvarez, lefty, 1-17. We rolled a 17. If he would have been a right-handed batter, that would be in play. So Alvarez gets a wheelhouse check by the skin of his teeth. Let's see if Alvarez can do something with this wheelhouse check against the right-hander. 1-67. He's going to have a tie ball game. 1-67. It'll be a tie ball game. It's going back, and gone. Pedro Alvarez hits the home run. Touch 'em all, Alvarez. Touch 'em all. And third baseman ties it up here in the bottom of the fourth inning. Two-way for Russell Martin. Just by the skin of his chin, he got that wheelhouse check. That's a 3. 3 is defense. 0-1 defense. That's interesting. 0-1 defense. That's going to be a pitcher range. So a pitcher range check. Johnny Cueto, range is a B. Let's bring up our PNC Park again here. So range is a B. So 1-34 is a hit. Everything else will be an out. One to 34 will be a hit. And he rolls a 25. 25 is a hit. Let's find out what kind of hit it is. I was hit back to the pitcher. So do we have any runners on? No, because we just had a home run. Duh. So it's going to be a single. It doesn't matter how many stars because we have no one on. So no sense in rolling. So Russell Martin with the big single there, right by Cueto. Cueto trying to chase it down, can't quite get it. Furley corrals it, throws over to first, not in time. And base hit for Russell Martin. Russell Martin has got a C steal. Let's check out. Oh yeah, Ryan Hannigan is a 1. So C1 is, unless you're an A hitter, you won't be running on Hannigan. I mean, you can try. He'll throw you out, but a C1, we'll show you what a C1 looks like. C1 is on the worst column, so you're only going to get about a 15% chance of being successful. So the 1 throwers are really, really good. So B1 would be about a 40% chance. All right, well, anyways, he'll hold it first. Two-way for Clint Barnes. Well, where are you, Clint? There you are. All right, Johnny Cueto trying to get out of the inning here after giving up the tying home run. That's a 4. Tough, 64. Tough, 64 against the righty is a single. It's going to be a single. And Russell Martin is, normally we roll on our charts, but with 2 outs, they automatically take an extra base. So a single, and Alvarez is going to advance, Martin's going to advance all the way to third with 2 outs. So runners on the corners for Francisco Liriano. He uses batting card number 1. So batting card number 1 for Francisco Liriano. Let's see if Cueto can get out of the inning. Runners on the corners. That is a 7. Tough, 74, and it's going to be an automatic strikeout to end the inning. So Francisco goes down on 3 quick pitches, and we got us a 1-1 ball game after 4 innings. 1-1 ball game. So top of 5th, top of the lineup, Sin-So Choo. Top of the lineup for Sin-So Choo against Francisco Liriano. Let's see, Choo is grounded to second and struck out. That's an 8. 8 is in play, 49. Sin-So Choo in play, 49. is going to be ground ball hit to third. Making the play down there. It's going to be Pedro Alvarez. Tied the game up. Ryan Ludwig doubled and flied out to right field. Ryan Ludwig. He's down there. Left fielder. That's a 6. 6 is Patient 74. Patient 74. Not good enough. 74 is going to be fly ball into center field. Two-way for Joey Votto, who has a home run on the day. Joey Votto. Lefty on lefty matchup. Let's see if he can get another hanging curveball or a fastball that doesn't move. That's an 8. 8's in play 48. Joey Votto in play 48. I think we had 48 last time. That's a pop up to short. We're in the bottom of the 5th. Sterling Marte, top of the lineup here. Marte's day has been a strikeout and a fly ball to center field. So Sterling Marte. We have a 6 is Patient 87. 87 is against the righty is not good enough. 87. It's going to be ground ball hit to short. And one away. Excuse me. Neil Walker, second baseman. Neil Walker. That's a 3. That's a defense of 33. Defense 33 is going to be a right fielder range check. A right fielder's range check. So the right fielder for the Reds is going to be Jay Bruce. His range is a D. So let's look at our card here. Range is a D. So 1 to 54 will be a hit. 1 to 54 will be a hit. That's a 37, so it is a hit. And the hit will be hit into right field or left field. It's a 7. 7 is a double, 2 stars. So a double for Neil Walker with one away here in the bottom of the 5th inning. Andrew McCutchen comes up. A single and a fly ball into left field. McCutchen. That's another defense check of 51. Defense of 51. It's going to be second baseman error. Second baseman error is Brandon Phillips. His error rating is a 3. So it's a 3. So error rating of 3. So 1 to 41 is going to be an error on Brandon Phillips. That's a 61. So Brandon Phillips makes the play. And now we got to find out if the runner can advance on the ground out. So it was hit to second base. So it's going to be hit to second base. We need to check him. Neil Walker's a 7 rating. So 7. We got to find out if it's a slow, a normal, or a hard. So we'll re-roll the dice here. Look at the 10s number. So it's a 0. So it's a hard shot. He's a 7 runner. So we look over here. Since it was hit to second base or first base, there's a +1 to the dice roll. So that's a 2. +1 is a 3. But because it was hit so hard, he's going to have to stay. Notice if it was hit soft, he had the chance to advance. But because the ball was hit so hard, he stays on second base. All right, so it's a ground ball hit to second base. And Walker's going to stay. Justin Morneau. His day has been a single and a fly ball. Justin Morneau. There you are. Against Johnny Cueto. That is a 9-ball, a ballpark 33. That's going to be an in-play check for Justin Morneau. And that is an 83 in-play, not good enough. That's going to be ground ball hit to second. Ground ball hit to second. And that's 2 ways, so that's going to end the inning. Ground ball, whoops. Let's click this again. It's ground ball hit to second for the out. And after 5 complete, we have us a 1-1 ball game here in PNC Park. Hey, Al, Red Sox fan. What's going on, guys? You got to go check out his website as well. He does a lot of great sports simulations, lots of good action. He makes some of the best baseball calls in the whole world. Go check out his channel, Al, Red Sox fan. Go look at it under YouTube. You can link him under my channel as well. We're in the top of the 6th inning. We got us a 1-1 ball game. We have a single home run by Joey Votto in the 3rd inning. In the 4th inning, Pittsburgh Pirates, Pedro Alvarez, and he has a single home run as well, single shot. So we got us a 1-1 ball game going in the 6th inning. We're reliving and replaying the Wildcard game from the 2013 playoff game between Pittsburgh and Cincinnati. And this is what it was like that day.
It is a sea of black and gold. The drought is over. Postseason baseball returning to Pittsburgh for the first time since 1992. Tonight's MLB Wildcard is presented by Budweiser. Standing room only crowd at PNC Park for the National League Wildcard game between the Cincinnati Reds and the Pittsburgh Pirates.
Oh, there you go. There you go. All right, so top of 6. We got Brandon Phillips, who's had a double and a strikeout. Brandon Phillips, top of 6. Brandon Phillips, Francisco Liriano. Yeah, we'll see you soon there, Al. That's good. 6 is patient 39. Brandon Phillips, patient 39. Patience against the lefty 39. 39 is going to be a double, just barely a double against the left-hander. So Brandon Phillips, another double in the top of the 6th inning. Jay Bruce, who walked and flied to center field. Brandon Phillips is a C runner, stealer, I guess. C. And the, let's see, we want to look at the catcher's arm here, is a 2. So it's a C2. Let's check out our chart for a C2 and see what we're looking at. So steal C2, yeah, kind of on the low end. You want to be at least in the middle. I mean, you could try it. Is it still a 40% chance? I don't know. This might not be worth it. All right, so it's not going to steal. The question is, Jay Bruce, what kind of, oh, he's a terrible bunter. So I guess we're just going to let Jay Bruce swing away. Jay Bruce swinging away against the lefty. That's a 9. That's a patient 39. So patient 39, and that's going to be a single. So now we use our chart to find out what happens to the runner. It's a single. The runner's on second. Is he going to go home? The runner is a 7. We just looked at that. So we're going to re-roll the dice. We're going to check out where it went. And it was shallow, normal, and deep. This is the most important part. So 5 means it went to center field. 0 means it went deep. So he's a 7. It went deep. So we're going to use this chart right here. And is there any modifiers? I don't believe so. Let's zoom back out. Yeah, there's no modifiers there. Okay. So 7, because that's his base running, or I'm sorry, that's his running ability. Deep, because we rolled the deep. And center field, it doesn't matter if it's left, center, or right when your runner's going home. So we look at the dice here. It's a 2. 2 is a 1 base. So he only goes 1 base. Look at that. 3 or 4 or 5 or 6. Any one of those could have scored him. But they decide to put the brakes on him on the single. And Phillips is just going to put runners on the corners with nobody away for Todd Frazier. Popped up to short and grounded to short. His 2 times up. So runners in the corners. Nobody out for Todd Frazier. Here's Todd Frazier. Francisco trying to get out of this inning once again. Let's see. The lineup in the pitch, it's a 6. 6 is patient. 0-7 patient. 0-7 against the lefty. And the bases are loaded here. Bases loaded with no one out. And Cincinnati definitely has something rolling here. Definitely has something rolling here. All right, for those of you just joining, we are playing Wildcard game from Pittsburgh and Cincinnati from 2013. This is the Wildcard playoff game. If you're not familiar with it, I will share what it was like that day here at PNC Park in Pittsburgh.
It is a sea of black and gold. The drought is over. Postseason baseball returning to Pittsburgh for the first time since 1992. Tonight's MLB Wildcard is presented by Budweiser. Standing room only crowd at PNC Park for the National League Wildcard game between the Cincinnati Reds and the Pittsburgh Pirates.
All right, well, I don't think the crowd is quite going crazy like that right now, since the bases are loaded here in the 6th inning with no one away, no one out. They have Brandon Phillips on third, Jay Bruce on his second, Todd Frazier on at first, Zach Kozar, who's walked twice today. Zach Kozar. They have a little meeting on the hill here, and Zach Kozar against Francisco Liriano. Bases loaded, no one out. They're going to play back, give up the run to try and get out of this inning without too much damage. That is a 9. 9 is patient, 23. Zach Kozar, patient, 23 against the left-hander. 23 is going to be a single. So that's going to be a single, 23 against the left-hander. So Zach Kozar is going to score at least a couple runs here. Let's find out what happens to the rest of them. On the single, we're going to find out whether it went left, center, right, and shallow, medium, or deep. Let's roll these dice again and check it out. So it's a 2. 2 means it went to left field. 8 means it went deep. So, let's see, nobody out. That's right. He has a single. So we're going to find out if the runner from second goes home, most importantly, because obviously the runner from can't make it first to third if the runner doesn't make it from second to home. So runner on second is Jay Bruce. His rating of run is 7, so we're going to use a 7, which happens to be the normal. And we ended up deciding it was an 8, so it's a deep 8. So 7 deep. Oops, over here. Jay Bruce, runner in second, deep. We're going to look at this dice here. Oh, it's a 1. That's unfortunate. So it's just a one base. So with nobody out, they're holding up the runners. We got a single. Phillips is going to score. Bruce is going to third. Frazier's going to second. And on first is going to be Zach Kozar. Ryan Hannigan, who reached on the error in the second inning, and then a fielder's choice in the fourth inning. It's 0 for 2, Ryan Hannigan. Where's his card? So another meeting on the mound here as they have nobody out, still bases loaded. 1 run across for Ryan Hannigan with the pitcher's spot 2 up next, but they got nowhere to put him. They have to face him. Ryan Hannigan. That's a 7. That's a tough 84. Tough 84. It's a ground ball at short. It's Clint Barnes for the Pirates. Hits it to Barnes. They're going to try for the double play here. It's a 7 and a 9, so 7 or less. It'll be a ground ball double play. They'll give up a run for a double play. Let's see what and they rolled a 10. So no ground ball double play. They get the runner at second. Hustling down the line is Hannigan, and he's going to get an RBI there as he hits into the fielder's choice. That's going to be 6-4 because it was hit to short. So Clint Barnes over to Neil Walker, throws it on to Justin Morneau, but not in time as Ryan Hannigan's down there. So Bruce is going to score. Frazier's going to go to third, and Kozar's out at first. So another RBI there. 1 away for Johnny Cueto. What do we do with Johnny Cueto? That's going to be a good question, my friends. There's runners on the corners. 1 away. Do you try to bunt Hannigan over to second? Maybe get Frazier in on the bunt. What kind of bunter is he? Shall we look? We need his card. He happens to actually be pitcher card number 5. So he's not horrible. He's not great, but he's not horrible. Sacrifice 4-12. And there's no bunt rating there. Is this? Oh, this is his bunt rating is going to be a C. His bunt rating is a C. Hate to have him hit into a double play, but yeah, we're just gonna let him bat. We're just gonna let him bat against Liriano. See what he can do. That's a 12. That's a wheelhouse check. Unfortunately, it's 73, and well, pitchers don't usually do very good against the wheelhouse anyways. But it isn't in play. He needs a 22 or less for a base hit. 22 or less. He rolls a 0-1. So Johnny Cueto gets a double. Johnny Cueto on the 5. 1-2 on the in play. Rolls a 0-1. So that's a double. And Johnny Cueto is helping himself here with the double. Johnny Cueto with the double. That's going to be a single. Here we are, double. So all pitchers of our rating is a 6. And so now we have to find out if it's 2 bases or 1 base, if he scores from first or not. Oh, actually, that's not correct. Who is on first base? It happens to be Brian Hannigan, who is a 6. Okay, so it didn't matter. It's still a 6. So we're going to look at the 6th runner, and we're going to check out and see if he makes it all the way home. Let's take a look. We're going to find out where the ball was hit. So the ball was hit to 2. So 2 is left field. And then just for flavor, it's a 1, so it's in the gap. So it's left field in the gap ball. It's rolling all the way towards, in the gap there. We're going to find out if Ryan Hannigan can come all the way around from first base and score on the play. So we look at, he rolled a 1. So you only see him to take 2 bases. If he would have done a 2+, then we could have checked on the left fielder's arm to see if he would advance or not, but we're not going to use that as he rolls a 2 base. So it's just 2 bases for the runner on at first, but Johnny Cueto gets a double. Frazier scores. Hannigan's going to third, and we got runners on to second, third, still only 1 away. So the infield is going to play in. They're going to play in. Infield's playing in with the base open at first. They could walk him to set up the double play, but I don't think that's a good decision. Pitch to Sinso Chu and just play in. See if you can gun that runner down at the plate. So it's Ryan Hannigan. He's not very fast. He's only a 6. So we shall see. Here we go. That is a 6. 6 is patient 99. So Sinso Chu, patient 99 against the lefty. Look at that. 99 against the right-hander. He would have been hit. Against the left-hander, 99 is going to be a fly ball hit to right field. Fly ball hit to right. So now we got to find out if Hannigan can tag up. So once again, going to the fly rules here. Most important thing is it shallow, normal, or deep. It's a 0, so that's a deep. So we got a 6 deep. And we look at oh my gosh, another 1. Boy, the Reds have been screwed on this as he stays. So even though it was a deep one, extra chance of advancing. Unfortunately, 6 deep, not very fast. So they hold him on. So it is a fly ball hit to right field. And everyone stays put. Slow base runners. Well, that brings up Ryan Ludwig, who's hit a double, fly to center, fly to right field. So 1 for 3 on the day. Ryan Ludwig. Ryan Ludwig, where are you? There you are. All right. So can Francisco Liriano get out of this? Giving up a big double to Johnny Cueto did not help. That's an 8. That's in play 78. So Ryan Ludwig in play. Yes, in play. 78, and that's going to be a fly ball into center field, and that's going to end the inning. But the Reds do come across with 3 runs in the 6th inning. 3 big runs. Let's see if they can counter back here with Marlon Byrd, who's flied out to right field and hit a dribbler back to the pitcher. So Marlon Byrd against Johnny Cueto, who hit the double, the top part of the inning. Marlon Byrd. This is a super advanced payoff pitch. That's a 6 patient 60. Patient 60 against the righty. Oh, look at that. Just outside his range. So that's going to be a fly ball. Hit into right field. 1 away. Pedro Alvarez with the home run last time up. The only run on the board for the Pirates so far. Pedro Alvarez. Where is his card? There we go. Against Johnny Cueto. He's had a good pitching game so far. That is an 8. 8 is tough. Tough 27. Alvarez tough. 27 against right-hander. He's going to strike out. Oops. Let's cancel that. He's going to strike out. So two-way here for Russell Martin, who's had 2 singles on the day. Russell Martin, 2 for 2 with 2 singles. Has a 9. 9 is a ballpark. 48. 48 is just going to be an in-play, so Russell Martin will get an in-play roll. That's a 34, just outside his range. 34 is a ground ball back to the pitcher. And Cueto throws it over to Joey Votto, and that ends the inning. So we are in the 7th inning here, 4-1 Cincinnati. And Liriano, let's see, who's up? Fano, Brandon Phillips, and Jay Bruce. So let's take a look. He's a lefty. Bruce is a lefty. Phillips is a righty. Okay. So Francisco will pitch at least to start the inning. We'll see how it goes from there. So Joey Votto, home run. Fly ball to... not sure what that is. Should have been a ground ball hit to 6, but might have mishit the button. And a strikeout. So that is a 5. 5 is tough 50. Joey Votto tough 50 against the lefty is a strikeout. Brandon Phillips. And he's had 2 doubles and a strikeout. So Brandon Phillips, 2 doubles and a strikeout against the left-handed Francisco Liriano. I think, we're in the bottom of the 7th, correct? The top of the 7th, that's what I meant. Top of the 7th. Top of the 7th. Yeah, I think they're going to put Liriano on the shelf with having Brandon Phillips hit 2 doubles off him. I mean, it just makes sense. And they're going to be bringing in... Looks like they're going to be bringing in a new pitcher here. Let's take a look. Who comes out of the bullpen? And trotting out from the bullpen is Tony Watson. Tony Watson comes in from the bullpen here. He was 3-1 with a 239. He's a short reliever, hold of 7. He pitched 71 and 2/3 innings, gave up 51 hits, 5 home runs, 12 walks, 54 strikeouts. So he's going to come in and relieve and take over against Brandon Phillips. They're bringing the lefty in, even though Phillips is a righty because Jay Bruce is on deck. He is a lefty. And that is going to be a 0-0 check. So 0-0 check. Nobody on base. So we have to load up the payoff pitch rule book here. So I don't have this one saved because it doesn't come up that often. So bases are empty. Roll to 4. 4 is hit by pitch. Check batter for injury. So it's just a hit by pitch. And I'm not going to do injuries, so don't worry about it. All right. So that puts Brandon Phillips aboard. He's a 7-runner, C-stealer against Jay Bruce, the lefty. So Jay Bruce, there he is. Jay Bruce Day. Let's take a look at Jay Bruce's day, shall we? He's walked, he's hit a single, and a fly ball into center field. That's 1 for 2 with the walk for Jay Bruce. So lefty on lefty matchup here. Tony Watson against Jay Bruce. That's a 6, so a tough 25. Tough 25, and that's going to be a strikeout. So two-way here for Todd Frazier. Popped up to short, grounded to short, and walked. Todd Frazier. He's a righty. And we'll let Tony Watson see if he can get out of the inning here. As a 5. 5 is a ballpark. Ballpark 73 is going to be just a normal in-play check for Frazier. And he rolls a 3-3-3-3-3. That should be something special. So that's a 33. So Todd Frazier in play 33. Not good enough. 33 is a ground ball. Back to Liriano. And Liriano over to Marneau for the third out. So Clint Barnes, yeah. Good thing we tried to get him through the inning because the pitchers due up. So Clint Barnes, 1 for 2 with a single. Clint Barnes, where's his card now? Missing it somewhere. Clint Barnes, there he is. And he'll be facing off against Johnny Cueto. So Johnny Cueto's fatigue is a 7. We are in the bottom of the 7th inning. But because he's only given up 1 run, he can stay in probably a little bit longer, depending on how things go with him here. We'll see. Cueto against Barnes. That's a 6, so patient 47. Patient 47 against the righty is going to be out of zone. Look at that. Patient 47. And that's going to be a ground ball. Hit down the third base line. Third baseman there. Todd Frazier picks it up, guns it over to Joey Votto. 1 away. All right, so Francisco Lindor. Shoot, we forgot to. I keep forgetting. Tony Watson. All right, we'll put Tony Watson in. We'll have to remember that, but we got a pinch hitter coming in. Pinch hitters coming in, and it's going to be Travis Schneider. Travis Schneider is going to come in and pinch hit. So Travis Schneider, lefty against Johnny Cueto. That is an 11, a wheelhouse check, 76. So wheelhouse against right-hander. Had a chance at it, just couldn't quite get it. So 76, fly ball into center field. Got a little bit under it. 2 away for Sterling Marte. Man, got something in my throat. Sterling Marte's day, he's 0 for 3. Not off to a great start here. Cueto, wind up in the pitch. Here it comes. That's a tough 32. Marte, tough 32. He goes down on the strikeout, and the Boo Birds start raining down. Yep, we do need to put in a new pitcher. So, new pitcher, and we're going to put in, who do we bring in? Tony Watson. So we'll just assume Tony Watson comes in now. And he will bat 9th. Okay. Sure. Okay. Here we go. All right. So Zach Kozar, one for 1 with 2 walks. So a single and 2 walks. So he's been on base every time. So Zach Kozar against Tony Watson. Actually, hang on, no roll. I want to think about this. Kozar, who's up after Kozar? Hannigan. Yeah, two righties coming up. All right, so Tony Watson's. We're in the top of the eighth, right? We are in the top of the eighth. Yeah. All right, we'll let him pitch. That's fine. All right, so Zach Kozar. Where are you? All right, there we are. Rolling for Zach Kozar now. That's a 7. In play 27. In play 27 against the lefty. And 27 is going to be a pop-up to the catcher. Oops. Pop-up to the catcher. And behind the plate, Russell Martin makes the catch. One away. Hannigan, 0 for 3 with two fielders' choice. That's Ryan Hannigan. And that is a 7. In play 90. In play 90 is nothing, so it's going to be fly ball. Hit in the left field. So it's time to decide. What are we going to do with Johnny Cueto? Does he come back in and pitch the 8th? Since nobody's on and nothing's going on, we'll go ahead and let him pitch, especially since he hit a double last time up. He did hit into a double play and a strikeout, so it's been quite interesting every time he's come up. We'll put it that way. But he's using batting card number 5, so you never know. So Cueto versus Tony Watson. Let's see if Cueto can get another inning out of him. That's an 11. Tough 21 is going to be a strikeout against a pitcher. We know that. And that's going to end the inning. So bottom of 8. Bottom 8, Neil Walker, 1 for 3 with the double. Neil Walker batting from the left-handed side, facing Johnny Cueto. 1 for 3 on the day. That's a 7. Tough 63. Tough 63. It's going to be a ground ball hit to short. Andrew McCutcheon, 1 for 3 with a single. It's been a very entertaining game. Tough 27 is going to be a strikeout. Two-way for Justin Morneau, who is also 1 for 3. Justin Morneau, there you are. Lots of hits going on. They just can't get. Nobody can get anything to go together until that 5th inning or 6th inning. Excuse me. Ballpark 06. Justin Morneau is going to get himself a wheelhouse check. Unfortunately, Justin Morneau just doesn't have enough power to get it out. Let's see what he can do with it, though. 13 is going to be a single. All that for a single. Wow. All right, well, Morneau's on base. He is a D-rated Steeler, so he's probably not going anywhere. Marlon Byrd is 0 for 3 today. That is a 6, patience 79. Marlon Byrd, patience 79, and that's not going to get the job done. That's a fly ball into center field. We got us a 4-1 ball game going into the top of the 9th inning. Sin-So Choo comes out. Sin-So Choo. Gesundheit, you might say. He is 0 for 2 with a walk. And Tony Watson's day is going to be done. We're going to be inserting a new pitcher. Let's see here. Probably Jason Grilli here. Going to bring him in and see if they can close out the 9th inning at least. So Jason Grilli. So we do need to put in new pitcher. Jason Grilli. Really? There he is. And he will bat in the 9th spot. That's okay. Okay. All right, Sinso Chu against Jason Grilli. And that is a 6. That's going to be Patient, 87. Not Patient. Oh, maybe it is. Against the righty, 87. 87 is a single as Sinso Chu waits, fouls off 6 straight pitches on a 3-2, waits for the one he can get a hold of, and he finally hits one into right center field. Opposite way shot for Sinso Chu. And he starts off with a single. Hold rating of 4. Not going to get much jumps. Sinso Chu is a a C-rated stealer, so probably not going to get a steal. Ryan Ludwig, 0 for 3 today. All of his balls have been out in the outfield. Ryan Ludwig against Jason Grilli. And that is an 8. Tough 95. Tough 95 is a fly ball into left field. So once again, he knocks it in the outfield, but it's caught. Joey Votto with the home run, a strikeout, and a fly ball to the third baseman, whatever. Shortstop. Yeah, that's what I meant to say. Anyways, he is 1 for 3 on the day. Joey Votto. There he is. Against Jason Grilli. That is a 1-1-1-1. So it's a wheelhouse check for Joey Votto, 1-1. And then he rolls an 11 on the right-handed batter. As a wheelhouse, Joey Votto takes him deep again. 2 home runs on the day for Joey Votto. And they get another insurance run. Touch them all, Joe. And Sinso Chu, who walked, will also come in. I forgot he was on base. Wow. 2-run shot by Joey Votto. That's 2 runs. And the crowd's starting to leave early here in PNC Park. They waited since 1993 for a baseball game to be played in Pittsburgh, and finally get one. And the Reds come into town, and it's behind the excellent pitching of excuse me, excellent pitching behind Johnny Cueto. They are shellacking the Pittsburgh Pirates 6-1 here. So 1 out for Brandon Phillips. That's a 10. That's a ballpark 43, so almost another wheelhouse check. But this one is just in play for Brandon Phillips. Gets one in play. And that is a 44. It's not going to do it, but it is a pop-up to short. Second out. Jay Bruce, the right fielder. And he is 1 for 3 with a walk on the day. That's a tough 06. Is probably going to be a strikeout, and it is. And that's going to end the inning. So we're in the bottom of this 9th inning. 6-1, 2-run home run by Joey Votto. 1 home run in the 3rd, 1 home run in the 9th. Joey Votto. 2 home runs on the day, propelling the Cincinnati Reds to a 6-1 lead. And Johnny Cueto, normally I would put somebody else in, but Johnny Cueto is going to go for the complete game here. Pedro Alvarez is 2 for 3 off of Johnny Cueto today. Alvarez, where is he? Alvarez, 2 for 3 off of Johnny Cueto, but they're going to leave Cueto in, at least see if he can get the complete game here. That is a 6, patient 17, patient 17. Right-hander is going to be a walk. So they're going to have a pretty short lease. If he allows another base runner, he's out. So Russell Martin, he is an A stealer, Alvarez, which, yep, steal A right there. Okay. I thought maybe I might mistyped it because you wouldn't think of Alvarez as a A stealer, but that is pretty good. So an A, and the catcher's a 1. Yeah, so is it worth risking to get a runner over? Probably not. We'll just let Russell Martin hit. Russell Martin, who happens to be 2 for 3 on the day as well, with 2 singles. That is a 4. It's a tough. Oh no, it's a 0-0. It's a 0-0. So we're going to be looking at the payoff pitch. There is a runner on base. So look at the 4. 4 is scorching line drive to third base. If range is A or B, so third baseman is Todd Frazier. His range is a 4. No, that's his error check. He's an F. So, yeah. Fielder catches ball and record as many outs as possible. If the range is a C, D, or F, the ball's knocked down. It's an infield single. So a single by Russell Martin, and there's runners on first and second, and that's it for Johnny Cueto. His day is done. So we're going to be bringing in a new pitcher. So coming in for Johnny Cueto is going to be none other than Aroldis Chapman now. They're going to bring him in. Aroldis Chapman for Cincinnati. They're trying to close this game out. Give him a little bit of work going in the playoffs here. Probably shouldn't be bringing in their closer, but it's since we're just doing a one and done, I don't have to worry about spending my closer. All right, so Clint Barnes, where is he? Here he is. Clint Barnes, runners on first and second, no one out. We could have a great comeback here. 6-1 Reds going in the bottom of the 9th inning. Pirates, runners on first and second. Clint Barnes against Aroldis Chapman, the left-hander. And that is an 11. That's a tough 24. Tough 24. It's going to be a strikeout. So Barnes with the strikeout against, let's see here. We need to drag this down a little bit. So let's slide this over a little bit. There we go. Get all of it in. So it looks like we're having a pinch hitter here. Pinch hitter. We're going to be bringing in, let's see here, pinch hitter. Oh, what are we on the wrong? There we are. Pinch hitter. For Pittsburgh, A.J. Burnett. We're going to bring in Jody Mercer. That's who we're going to bring in. Jody Mercer is going to come in to pinch hit. He hits really well against left-handers. .410 average. So let's see. I mean, this game is not over. It is 6-1. There's one out, but there's runners in first and second. If Jody Mercer can get something going here, you never know. That is going to be a 6. Tough 41. Tough 41 against, look at that, against the lefty. That's going to be a single. So that is going to be a single. So we're going to find out what happens to the runners. Runner advancement on the single. Reroll the dice on my super advanced charts. We got a 2, which means it was hit into left field. 3 means it was shallow. So let's look at the runners. We have a 6 runner in Alvarez, which happens to be on second base. So he determines what's going to happen. So it's a shallow ball into left field. He's a 6 runner. He's going shallow, but we did roll a 6. 6 means he's going to score. Now we have to find out if the runner on first, if he's going to go third. And that happens to be Russell Martin. He's got a rating of 6. So again, 6 and shallow. And we look at the second dice, and that's a 4. And this, it was hit to left field. Yes, it was hit to left field. So we get a -1 to the die. So 4 goes to 3 on the 6, shallow. 3 is one base. All right. So all that, and we got us a single. And Alvarez is going to score. Russell Martin's going to go first to second. Stop at second. Excuse me. 3-2 ball game. Oh my gosh. I got something in my throat. So 1 away, runners on the corners. Sterling Marte's back up. Sterling Marte. He is 0 for 4 on the day. Again, hits well against left-handed, so 402. So bringing in Aroldis Chapman might not have been the best idea for the Cincinnati Reds, but Sterling Marte against Aroldis Chapman. Let's see if Chapman can get out of the inning. Get out of the game, actually. So that's a 7. So tough 87. Tough 87. Look at that. Just outside his range. 87. That's been ground ball hit to short. Ground ball hit to short. Now we're going to check for double play. So that's a 5. That's a 7. So 5 or less, it'll be ground ball double play. And that is not. It's a 9. So he hits into the fielder's choice. That's going to be a 6-4. Martin is going to third. Mercer's out at second. 2-way. So runners on the corners for Neil Walker. So if he could get a board or get a hit, it could bring the tying run to the plate. Thank you. Thank you, Al. So Neil Walker, 1 for 3 with a double. And those folks that decided to stay here in the 9th inning are getting Neil Walker, getting entertained here. Can they come back? So Aroldis Chapman, they have a meeting on the mound. They look things over. He gets a sign, shakes one off, throws it. It comes in. Here comes 103-mile-an-hour fastball. 5. 5 is tough. 37. Neil Walker, tough. 37 is a strikeout. And that is going to end the game. So, tough way to go out. Finally getting a game here in Pittsburgh after waiting 20 years in between playoff games played in Pittsburgh. 1993 to 2013. And 20 years go by, and unlike in real life, the Cincinnati Reds come into PNC Park and take the game. But if we look at the actual game that was played, you can see the Pittsburgh Pirates won 6-2 against the Cincinnati Reds. In our game, it was actually the opposite score. It was 6-2 Cincinnati. So interesting enough, we had the same score just for the wrong teams. So again, this is played October 1st, 2013. There was 40,487 fans. It was played at PNC Park. The game lasted 3 hours and 14 minutes. It was a night game on grass. And there was the actual stat line of the real players for Cincinnati and for Pittsburgh. And now we'll check out our stat line here as I think we hit the end button, don't we? So, Cueto with the win, Liriano with the loss. No save because it was not a save opportunity. So, that's fine. It's not that it's going to matter other than Cincinnati Reds. CIN. PIT. Home field is going to be Great American Ballpark, right? GRE. Ball Park. Thank you. All right, good. Save one for Pittsburgh. Cincinnati, PNC Park. Oh, shoot. I did not mean to put him in that. I'm an idiot. I probably can go in and edit that. No, we won't start. We want to check out our report. We're going to check out our report. There's our report and all of its awesomeness. Yeah, same score but reverse. That's right, Al, Red Sox fan. There it is. So Chu was 1 for 5. Ludwig 1 for 5. Votto 2 for 5 with 2 home runs. Phillips 2 for 4. Bruce 1 for 4. Frazier 0 for 3. Kozar 1 for 2. Hannigan 0 for 4. Cueto 1 for 4 with a double. There was only 9 hits for Cincinnati. For Pittsburgh, Marte 0 for 5. Walker 1 for 5. McCutcheon 1 for 4. Marneau 2 for 4. Bird 0 for 4. Alvarez 2 for 3 with a home run. Martin 3 for 4. Barnes 1 for 4. Liriano 0 for 2. And they actually out-hit Cincinnati 11-9. But all those hits couldn't turn into runs. They had bases loaded, I believe, in one inning, or maybe it was first and second with nobody out and didn't end up scoring. And I think they had another inning where there was first and third with one out and still didn't score. So lots of hits. They just didn't get them at the opportune times, I guess is the best way to put it. So left on base, 9 left on base for Pittsburgh. Cincinnati, not much better. They left 8 on base. There was one big error for Pittsburgh, but besides that, it was a pretty clean game. And double play, Cincinnati turned 1, Pittsburgh turned 1 double play. That's awesome. I love this game. It's great. Phillips got hit by pitch. And that's pretty much it there, guys. So hopefully you guys enjoyed it. Again, this is super advanced payoff pitch baseball using my super advanced charts. They don't really add, just a little bit of flavor where the ball was going to go. And most importantly, if it was hit shallow, normal, or deep to determine. You just look at the base runner, 5, 6, 7, or 8. Find out if the ball was hit shallow, normal, or deep. Apply any modifiers. Look at the 6-sided dice and look to see what happened. It's pretty much as simple as that. Now that we've done it about 10 times, it's a little bit easier. Of course, you don't even need to worry about these charts if you get a hit from the wheelhouse or with 2 outs because you automatically get 2 stars on those hits. So you take an extra base. So the only time you use my charts is when you get a tough hit or an in-play hit or a, what else? A patient, a tough, or an in-play hit. And there's no 2 outs. So there you go, folks. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. I'm really liking the game. It's quite enjoyable. It does take me a little bit of time to put all this stuff together, get all the picture cards cut out and images saved and everything. So it's a lot of work compared to a lot of the other sports sim games I use, but I am enjoying the game. It does take a little bit longer. It's just about an hour and a half to play. I'm trying to get it down to about an hour or less, but it just depends how fast and how much is going on and how many players are coming in and out of the game. So obviously, I think if you play cards and dice, you can get this game done pretty quickly, I think. Because you have all the cards in front of you. If you're not recording it, you're just playing it at home. Should be pretty quick and simple. So anyways, thanks everyone for joining me. Al, Red Sox fan, thank you so much for joining us tonight for the game. 2013 Wildcard playoff game. Cincinnati wins 6-3. I'm sorry, 6-2. 2 home runs by Joey Votto leads Cincinnati on to victory, and they will actually, I think, who do they go and play? I'm trying to remember who they went and played. Oh my gosh, that's not what I wanted to see. Let's see. Let's just go here. Here. 2013 National League. Let's see. Oh, they would go on to play the St. Louis Cardinals, who, of course, they would lose to. And then the Cardinals end up beating the Dodgers to go on and play in the Red Sox in the World Series. Unfortunately, they lose because the Boston Red Sox cheated. We all know that. And we won't even get into that discussion. But, yeah. So Pirates went and played the Cardinals. Cardinals will then go on to defeat them. But anyways, it was a great game. Thanks for watching. I got to go because I can't talk anymore. So see you guys next time. Thanks for watching.